Hey guys, it's Bina, and I want to make this video showcasing how to properly level with a alt character. So with a character that you already have gear for, you've already prepared some gear. If you haven't already, I'd suggest checking my alt leveling guide, the gear setup for it, which is with Firestarter's Torch at level 1, and then afterwards you go to Reflect. But, okay, here I am on my level 4 Primalist. I just got to the town. This one's gonna be my Frogs character. So, when you get to the first town, you have access to these two NPCs, which will get you access to Circle of Fortune or Merchant's Guild if you have it on another character already. So, as you can see, I have joined my Circle of Fortune, and now I can start equipping my gear even though it is Circle of Fortune tagged. So, I've prepared this prior to running this character. So you should do the same as well. But I will just grab all of my leveling gear here. Boom, boom, boom. All the leveling gear, and then we start the run. Right? Just equip everything here. Bum, bum, bum. So there's a couple of different options that I go in my setup, in my video that I showcase what items you can use to level up. There's like one which is a little bit more offensive, one a little bit more defensive. You can choose whether you want to go for one or the other. Early on, I like to go offensively because, you know, these starting areas are not very dangerous with the amount of ward we have. But later on, I'll probably swap to all resistances so that I can get more res and get more, you know, more survivability out of it since I'm playing hardcore. But yeah, so the main idea here is you have a gear setup that's going to be based, your single target is going to be based on Ignite damage. So you want to have Ignite on your Amulet and on your Firestarter's Torch. And then the Firestarter's Torch has a line of text that says, apply Spreading Flame on hit. Spreading Flame will spread towards all of the enemies, and it will just clear them, clear packs of white mobs very, very easily. Most of your survivability will come from some leech from Tome of Elements, which you're gonna leech from all of your fire damage. And you got some ward per second, like on the chest piece, which is gonna give you a bunch of ward here. So for the early acts, for the early chapters, they're gonna be really tanky with lots of damage. So I'm gonna try showcasing exactly where I go, what NPCs I talk to, and etc, etc. So that you can follow along and like put this on a second monitor or something, and while you level up your alt. And then this video might answer some of your questions that you have along the way that you level up, right? So because you might want to do this on not just a Primalist, but on any character, first you want to try choosing an ability that will have a lot of multipliers, either a lot of multipliers or a lot of hits. So the generic multipliers that are not specifically for hits on the tooltip will also apply to your elements like Spreading Flames and Ignites. So if you want to increase your Spreading Flames damage, that is a pretty good way, getting more multipliers on your skill that you're applying it with. And if you want to have more like Ignites on the target, you can have either more damage as well works, but also an ability that does more hits will do pretty good too. Since the more hits you have, the more Ignites you will be able to apply, right? So on Primalist, I'm gonna go with Gathering Storm into Tornado. That's gonna be my... Tornado is gonna be casting Gathering Storm for me. And it will linger around a little bit more and cast a little bit more. So that's gonna be my main way of applying my... my Spreading Flames and having a lot of Ignites at the same time. On different classes might be, you know, different skills that you might want to use. So I'll leave that one up to you. But pretty much any skill will work with this specific setup. Because it just has so much damage early that it doesn't really matter what you go for.
Questions, but let me first check and make sure the epoch's safe.
Right, so here I get here. You need to talk to this little NPC once the other one gets here.
Good. No.
And then once he gets picked up by the bird, you don't have to talk to her again. You can just go straight to town, right? Also, so here the bird picks him up. I go to town. Another little thing about scaling your damage is that the elements applied will also get increased by the attribute scaling of the skill.
Stay safe.
Right, so it's like on Gathering Storm, it doesn't really matter because now I don't have increased damage, right? I have attunement scaling for 5 spell damage. It's flat damage on this one, which this one is like kind of special. But any regular skill that scales 4% damage per attribute, that will also scale in percentage your elements that you are applying. So here we just go through the area, trying to kill some monsters still, right? So one small attack will most likely spread to all the surrounding monsters. The monsters that give the most XP are the rares. So because you have so much damage on this build, rares are not really a problem, and you can kill them very, very fast. And those are the ones that will give you the most XP. I'm just gonna try to go as fast as possible here. Ideally, I would probably level on Primalist as a shaman, which actually I might actually do. Shaman, why? Because it has access to Storm Totem, and Storm Totem can give you up to 40% movement speed.
You're here for the Epoch. Reaching me was impressive, but it's mine. Co-member wing.
Let's go here.
Burn!
Now, as you see, we have quite a bit of damage, and we're done. As soon as he dies, you can go back to the Keeper's camp, and that will prog the quest.
He's been.
You're back. Alina. I'm
Talking
so
these two
sorry to
NPCs, and then I will equip my
This is
belt.
what's best for us all. With the Epoch's power,
Alright.
I'll finally.
Belt level 8, I can equip this. So I was unlucky with my craft for my belt. I wasn't able to make it into a level 1 belt. It's level 8, but that's perfectly fine.
What is this place? The spirits. They are
Didn't want to spend too many resources, but this is still nice to level with this in hardcore. Since, you know, hardcore leveling can be more dangerous than playing like a fully optimized build in the end game, right? And just blasting. But this is perfect. Like, having a setup like this is perfect for leveling many alts. If you're the kind of player that likes playing so many different builds, this will enable you to get to level 70 or 80 very, very quickly. And then you swap into the build that you want to play, and then you can enjoy the progression to level 100 will still be fairly long. So it's not like you're losing, you know, the enjoyment of playing the build. You're just leveling up and getting to the point where you can equip all the skills, all the items necessary to start the build and have some fun. So I'm not going to be talking to any NPCs here. Usually you would be talking to all of these NPCs to proc a quest. But since we are playing on a twinked out character, there are other quests later on that you might want to do. Especially since I will go for the chapter 9 +1 all attribute quest. So in chapter 9, we're going to gain back a lot of these idols and passive quests. As always, you're just trying to go towards the main quest. The main quest on the minimap will be indicated by like a more yellowish icon. And then the side quests are like more grayed out.
Keep them off me.
By the way, another thing is I am recording this currently live on Twitch. And so I'm live on Twitch pretty much almost every day, especially the weekdays from like 9 to 5 Eastern and sometimes more. So if you're watching this at this time and you have some questions, feel free to stop by the Twitch channel, and I'll be happy to answer you guys there. Because I don't always have time to answer all of the YouTube comments. You know, I do read them, but yeah, it's sort of easier to answer most of the questions live on stream. Is my Blade Dancer dead? No, it's not dead. It's there were quite a few bugs preventing me from enjoying it. Getting stuck in terrain. Hopefully next patch fixes this, but like, I don't know. Kind of disappointed at the moment with how many bugs are present in the game. Love the game, I love playing it, but I wish there were a little bit less bugs. Alright. Boom, boom. So as you can see, we have absolutely insane damage. We are annihilating any of these bosses here.
Please.
So this is the one NPC you have to talk to, and then you go here. At the top, the precipice. What will I use as my other one? Don't really have anything I need to spec into right now. So champions, especially here in this area, can be pretty rippy if you are not twinked out. So if you're playing just a regular character, right, like your first character, if I see a champion in here before this boss fight, I'll just TP to town and come back and make sure not to fight that champion, because they're way too rippy early on in the game, and they take forever to kill. Also here, I will not do any of the like seasonal mechanics either. Just trying to get as fast as possible. As fast as possible to level 35. At level 35, we're going to go for Reflect. And once we're playing a Reflect, you want to reach level 45, I believe it is. And at level 45, you equip the shield for Reflect. And then you're kind of absolutely blasting. You can, like, you know, blast empowered monos until you get to level 70, 80, whichever level you want to get to, and then you swap to the build that you want. At least that's my way of leveling up alt characters. Okay, the shield is actually 52, not 45. So you get to 35, then you get to 52. I might try a new way as well of getting to 52. It might be pretty good in the first quest echo. Absolutely insane damage. Absolutely insane damage. Again, we're not talking to any NPCs here. So in my initial video, I remember having a comment of like, why are you not talking about the other unique items that you could be using for leveling up? Some provide a little bit more movement speed, maybe a little bit more tankiness, maybe more damage. But overall, the setup I have provided is like a universal setup available as soon as you enter the town. So the strong point of that one is that it's... You just go to town, you equip your items, and then you don't look at them anymore, and you just blast all the way through, and you don't have to do any switch, right? So I think that has value on its own, and you know, it's strong enough to carry you for a very, very long time.
terror. What sorcery is this?
You've woke. Then close your
Okay, so here I will go for this. I will go for Storm Totem.
again.
Even though this is gonna be a Beast Master, I'll just respect my mastery once I want to switch. I'll use Storm Totem at least until I mean for a long time actually. Now, I was at the end of time. You could TP to the
Thank you.
You could TP to the monoliths and gain some XP. Actually, you don't have to talk to this guy. And gain some XP, but this means that you will gain less XP in the campaign, and you kind of have to do the campaign anyways. And you don't need the power that these extra levels would give you. But if you teleport to the monolith to like the level 90 area and Emperor of Corpse, you will get a lot of XP, and that XP is going to give you quite a bit of levels. So if you want to just immediately go there, or if you have a friend and you're playing in multiplayer, you can just immediately teleport to Monos as soon as you're level 1 and gain a bunch of XP. Then again, I don't really play multiplayer, so I haven't done it this patch, but I'm pretty sure that's still how that works. Just join your friend's party, and then you go to the monoliths. Actually, just getting to the end of time will level you up a little bit, and then Monos will give you even more XP. No, my rogue did not die. It just bugged out. I want to play a build that isn't like doesn't have any game-breaking bugs. So here is the first skip that we are going to do. So our first skip is I'm going to take this this waypoint, and then I'm going into this dungeon here, the Lightless Arbor. Getting a few more multipliers for my Stormbolts. Right, so here what you do is you use your key, right? And then use a portal charm that will go straight to the boss. Tier 1, make sure to not go tier 4 or you will die. At tier 1, this should be a fairly easy fight. Although I will equip my shield just to be sure. And now that I've unlocked my idols, I will equip my idols as well. I will equip my shield just to be like absolutely certain, because there are some rocks that drop onto you here. So this dungeon's mechanic is the burning amber that you have. You can place with D. You need to kindle the 2 bonfires like to the left and right of this area. And there are some safe spots. So here, this is the safe spot to not get hit by the Bigfoot. And then the other safe spot is along this way here. In the corner here. There are these monsters that drop onto you. So this, you can't really do anything about it. But at least the Bigfoot that we'll see here very soon. This one here, it won't hit you if you're in this safe spot. Let's go health, I guess. So here, you kill this boss. Pretty good for this early. And then you're teleported into the Corrupted Lake. So after moving through this portal, you will get some passive points and some idle slots. Now what I like to do is we will do this area. But I want to unlock the Actually, do we go right now? We'll have to go back. Yeah, so I will just go here because we have to go back anyways. So if I didn't go here, I would have had to walk back there. But we're gonna have to walk anyways towards here. So we're gonna go unlock the Soulfire Bastion dungeon, which is gonna be another one that gives us some passive points. But we're not gonna do it yet right now. We're gonna do it a little bit later. Just realized that I have my points now for movement speed in Storm Totem. So let's equip it and use it. Now, keep in mind that your Storm Totem here, if you're playing Primalist, will not apply Spreading Flames, right? Because he's a minion, and only your hits will... Only your own hits will apply it. Keeping on putting points in the multipliers for your skills. And just moving along, trying to get to the waypoint here. There are a few areas that I always like to unlock on my characters. Of course, all of the dungeons. The dummy area as well, I do like to unlock that one. Okay, so now that we have this one, we go back to the Risen Lake. That is the area we were previously. And so in the Risen Lake, now we'll go back into Corrupted Lake and do the quest. Another 10 move speed. So long as Storm Totem shocks enemies, or like hits shocked enemies, it will give you the movement speed. So make sure to not take the Blizzard node that converts all shock into chill, right? Because then you would not get the movement speed as reliably. Alright, now that we've done this and we've got the rewards, we go back to Risen Lake and we continue the campaign. We are going to continue the campaign until we get to the town right after, well, right before having access to the Temporal Sanctum, where you can kill Jildra and slam your items, right? So we're going to do that, unlock Temporal Sanctum, and afterwards, afterwards, I think we're going to go into Monos directly. Level up some more, get Reflect, level up some more, and we'll finish the campaign later on. Like, get to level 35 and then equip our Reflect gear and then start power leveling. With Reflect, it's going to be really, really fast. Like, I still want to keep killing some monsters along the way, because they do provide a lot of XP. We're in the level 26 zone and we are now level 16. If you stay 10 levels under the area, you are getting the max benefits that you can from experience gain. Any extra, and that would just increase like the base XP of monsters. We've got all these multipliers. I think I'll go for cold, right? Yeah, I'll go for the cold one. Put this back on. And so ward on kill is also pretty good. Not only ward per second, but ward on kill will grant you a lot of ward when you are mapping in early monos or during the campaign. So it's another layer of defense. But especially if you are playing softcore, you should be like not afraid of anything. You can pretty much face tank everything until you swap the reflect. We're like already like 110 movement speed. If you have some better boots as well, like some 2 LP pair of boots, you could put like tier 7 move speed and effective haste on it as well. Haste when you use evade. It's an experimental mod that you get by killing exiled mages. You can also craft those on items in the Rune Prison Complex with an Echo. That one is pretty rare though. You get it by killing exiled mages. If you have one, I highly suggest at least keeping one copy of it so that you can always imprint it. Alright, so here we're just auto-attacking. Gathering Storm. Getting some ignites on him.
Hurry. I'll take that as a yes. Get to the rating.
Ha! Not as cold as I'd like, but I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I got 3 points in Shaman, 2 more points and I have Tornado. And then at level 20, I'll have access to my 3rd skill, which I'm going to use for Tornado. I'm going to try to get level 20 really quickly. Oh yes, I did I not post a comment on that latest video about the patch 1.3.3 about the stash? I think I pinned the comment saying the stash isn't fixed. So going into Tornado, I'm gonna go into the using Gathering Storm and Lighting Frequency. Now I can just put it like this, and it will apply my Gathering... It will use Gathering Storm for me, but it's still me dealing the damage. The Tornado is not a minion, so it still will apply all my Ignites and all of my Spreading Flame and whatsoever, right? All of my elements. So I can even, like, preemptively cast it. It has insane range, actually. As you can see, I'm upwards of 2,000 ward now with all of the ward on kill that I'm getting. Keep in mind, Tornado does cost a lot of mana though. I think I'll go a few points into Druid to unlock Spriggan form. So I can refill my mana after transforming. It's gonna be a little trick I'll show you guys. Only available on Primalist really. To refill your mana easily.
In the slums. She told me.
Go like this. Wait, did I talk to the NPC over there? I am not sure if I completed the quest that I needed to. Did I? Oh, I did not. I did not. This is a quest I usually, well, I recommend doing because you're right next to it. It's just talking to this NPC after killing a few mobs. Gives you a passive point. So here I go for Tornado Duration after going for the Gathering Storm frequency. Did they fix a Glacier TP? No. Level 24.
This, I wish I'd seen it. I can only imagine how she feels.
Here I'll go for this, and I'll go for the cast speed here. To make sure that we are getting the hits that give us the movement speed from our totem. One extra here. I'm gonna replace this thing here by Spriggan form. So now we have like pretty much infinite mana because you can just spend all of your mana like so. Then you transform. While you are transformed, you wait for your cooldown, right? You can also spam some vines. Then when you transform back, all of your rage gets transferred to mana. So that's a fairly neat way of getting all of your mana back on a transformation build. I'll put this here and here. Alright, so that is as far as we go in the campaign. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go unlock the area for the Temporal Sanctum. So we talk to this NPC.
Yes.
That is the one for the Temporal Sanctum quest. And then this one here gives us just completely free stats, free passive point. Then you go to Shining Cove, which is the starting area of the desert map. I'm going to less damage taken from nearby enemies, just in case this is hardcore. And then in the Ruined Coast. So, we're gonna go finish this quest, unlock the portal, come back to the town, grab our reward, and then we'll go into Monos. So when we go into Monos, we're gonna get, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, the experience gain from entering these monolith zones. So when you have another character that is already in Monos, you know, because this is an alt character that we're leveling, you already have access to all of the non-empowered monos. If you want to go in and level 90 mono right away, you can. You can also, if you complete any timeline and you unlock a blessing, you then have access to the empowered monos, empowered blessings from your other characters at the base version. So you won't get the rolls, but you will get the basic version of the empowered. Alright, so the Sapphire Tablet is in our hands. That was for the quest. Now I'm just going to go here to unlock the Temporal Sanctum waypoint. And then we go back to claim our quest reward. So there's still a few more quests, but those are going to come after doing Soulfire Bastion and after doing the... Soulfire Bastion. And after doing Temporal Sanctum and Chapter 9. So now I am teleporting to Monos. Right, so Age of Winter, I'm getting some XP. Getting some more XP teleporting back here. Now we are level 32, right? I will get some more multipliers for this. I'll go into this to get some more Frostbites. I'll go into... This one doesn't really matter. So this. Is there anything else that I want? I probably want lightning range. And then I'm gonna try a new strategy here that I've never really tried before. I usually do this in empowered, but this is gonna be doing the first quest echo on this one over and over until we're level 35, and then we can unlock. So you click on this little button here to use up some temporal keystones that will add stability to your timeline, and then you can do the ransacked camp. The ransacked camp is a quest echo, has a lot of rares in it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this one. Since rares give you the most XP, this one is pretty good at granting you a lot of experience. Maybe I should have went into mana efficiency for tornado on this one. And this should give us quite a bit of experience. We're only looking to get to level 35 anyways, right? Let's transform, get our mana back. Okay, once you've killed all of them, you exit and then you go back in. So you do get quite good XP, and it's pretty safe since this is only a level 62 zone. Okay, we're at level 35. At level 35, I will exit right away. Now, I will put my gear back in here. So, all of my leveling gear. This was not it. Now I will take all of my reflect gear. Now with Reflect, there's different things you want to do. What level is this? 37. Okay. So I want to get to level 37 for Dragrat's Claw, and I want to get to level 52 for Thornshell, and then you want to equip all of your idols for Reflect. So this is all in the planner provided on my leveling gear setup. So all of these skills won't matter anymore. Now you can spec into whatever you want. I think I will keep leveling in here until we are... I think I can keep leveling in here until we are level 50... What is it? 52? I think that might still be one of the best places for XP. There's so many rares, right? So many rares, very easy to kill. And level 52 is exactly 10 under 62. I think they're still gonna be like the easiest monsters for the time. Since before you get access to this to the shield, you don't have that much damage, right? I will use this for move speed. Okay, we can now equip this. This should be fairly quick, actually. By the way, this method of leveling up is also available in Empowered, and will be the one that I will use. But you don't have to do this in this way unless you really want to go fast, right? And there might even be some better ways of doing this. Might be some better ways of leveling, but this is the one that I found to be the most simple yet effective way. And mostly safe. You could run the Rune Prison Complex if you wanted to, since that provides even more XP. Especially on Reflect, you just open up all of the Exiled Mage all at once in every room, and you have 25 of them in total in the map. And with your Weaver tree, you go for double champions and double Exiled Mages. Sorry, double Exiled Mages, and then they can each spawn champions alongside with them, right? Actually, the Weaver tree is something at this point that I absolutely need to do. Right, so at this point, I will open up the Weaver tree, and I'll just go for like a basic Weaver tree that I do for pretty much any of my characters. So first I grab all of the imprints, right? Not this one. So first I do grab all of the imprints, and then I decide what I want to go for. I usually like blocking this. I go for the beast. More champions, more exalteds. I go for more exalteds with these. I go for the lizards here. I love the lizards. The favor cache. I like this. I want more nemesises. I want to get the double rewards when I complete an echo. What else do I want? I usually go here, right? Champion spawn and champion appearance with these. At least this. Like, the main thing that you want is all of the imprints, and then it depends what you like to do. I think for the purpose of this one, I'll just go in here. more appearance, and maybe 1 twin mage chance. And that should be fine for now. Now let's imprint something here. Maybe we imprint a red ring for one of these. Let's grab like 1 red ring. Still haven't fixed the stash lag. 1 red ring, 2 red rings. Woven Echoes, I'll go with Conquered Towers, I guess. And then here, we're gonna put... what can we put? Weapon or armor? Let's get a few Cleaver Solutions, I guess. Or actually, we don't really need this. Let's imprint, like, let's imprint this double tier 7, 1 tier 6 axe. Alright. Wait, I just noticed I don't have a relic. I guess I forgot my relic on this one. Might as well grab any relic with attunement. Any relic with attunement. Let's go attunement, health, strength. Oh, need higher level. Okay. Okay, let's just go with this. Back to blasting. And now, also at this point, when you're reflect, you really, if you're on any class, you either want to, 1, increase your attunement, so that when you equip your shield, you have even more damage. Or you want to just put all points in survivability or movement speed. That's going to let you survive for longer. If you are a sentinel, you can use the... what's the name of that ability again? Where you just channel your shield and you take like 70% less damage or something like this? Or 80 or 90? Yeah, you can rebuke if you are on a sentinel. Would anything increase your survivability on this one? Primal lets you just spec full into... They need to look at you though. Primal lets you just spec full into attunement. As much attunement as you can. On rogue, I like speccing into shift to get like 50% movement speed when I shift. And you can just like go much faster. But like with this strategy, like in a few hours, you're already an empowered monos, you're blasting, and like takes you a few hours to get to level 80. Really not that long. So I know on a first character, this can be somewhat longer, especially if you're newer to the game as well. But this game has a lot of resources for you to use to be able to get your levels fast later on in the game. And like, this is not the only leveling build that is available either. You can do, you can be like very creative with your builds, but this is at least one that is in season 3 universally good. The Firestarter's torch setup was always really good, and then now with season 3 with the addition of reflect. Reflect is pretty OP here. Just makes literally any class be able to go to empowered super early and blast the game. You might even say that you might even say that when you will swap to your build, you might be swapping to a worse build. You might even swap to a worse build. So again, the most important monsters in there are the rares. Level 48. I try not to go too fast out and in of the echo. Because there was a bug. There was a bug that made you... Like, it gives you an error message as if you are already into the echo when you are not. I'm gonna try it here and see if I can get it. Might as well show you guys what happens. Because you can also just right-click the quest echo and you immediately go in. Oh. Kill this champion. So the immortalized are pretty important because they're always rares. This makes them very, very valuable. Level 50, we're almost 52.
At last.
51.
My research.
People have asked me as well for like more leveling videos, like from start to finish, explaining everything that I do along the way. I will make sure to have some more. At least I will redo a Primalist run, a Rogue run, and also a maybe a few of those. I can show like a run with Ballista, a run with Shadow Daggers, you know, classic leveling builds. Maybe I'll do also a run with I'll do a Glacier run on Mage. Maybe a Volcanic Orb, maybe like a Glacier into Volcanic Orb. I actually need to revisit that one. Glacier into Volcanic Orb. Okay, so we're now level 52. Now we can equip the shield. And as you'll be able to see, with the shield, we are extremely more powerful. So we're gonna go straight into Age of Winter. Straight into Age of Winter. Because this is the boss I prefer to do. You have to do one level 90 boss, right? So once you do one level 90 boss, you unlock Empowered Monos. And now, as you can see, I am just completely obliterating everything. And the reason why is because this shield increases your reflect damage based on your idols. Sorry. It increases your it increases your reflect damage based on your attunement with damage reflected to attackers, percentage increased flat damage reflected to attackers per attunement. And the shield that I have actually is only a 5% one. You would want a 9% for sure. I probably have another one in my stash. That percent increased damage stat reflect to attackers, that's the only one that works. The other one that you can craft on your items does not increase your flat damage reflected. It will reflect a percentage of the attack that you receive, right? So that is why this shield is so OP, and stacking attunement is your main multiplier for the build. Let's just see if I have another that is like 9% here, because yeah, this one is at 9%. So stash still lags. Oh my god, this stash, dude. Right, this one is a 9%, way better. Now that I think about it as well, what you would do is, as soon as you have the shield, I say you can go in empowered. Like, yes, you can go, but you are also strong enough now to go and blast some of these dungeons here. So, for example, Temporal Sanctum. I will go ahead, now that I'm level 52 with the shield. I will do tier 1 again. I'll go kill Jolra. Then we skip to chapter 9. And then we can finish up the rest of our quests to get our passive and idle points. As you can see, we are very strong. You could say, some would even say stupidly strong. You have to interact with this thing so that it opens up the gate here. So at this point, you could even start like leveling up into the skills that you want to use for your build, because you actually don't need any skill whatsoever, right? All you need is attunement.
Thank you for the you happen to I can't complain.
So in chapter 9, there's a few quests that we will be doing.
The scalebane were never meant to be common. Scalebane use these to stage ambushes. Makes me sick to see them exploit our people. They never like stood a chance.
As you get closer to the town, you will enter here. This is the quest, one of the quests that we will do. You kill this Amber Elemental and you click on this little quest icon. Then you can go straight to town. It's very short to do.
They never stood a chance.
Not sure how long this video will be, but it's going to be interesting to see how long it takes to level like a character from like level 1 to 80 actually.
Change is coming. I understand your fear. Too long have we,
or maybe I won't show until level 80. Maybe I'll end the video once I get to the strat again in empowered monos of running the same quest echo over and over. I'll probably just end the video there, because it would be a matter just of, you know, running that one. I'll do it a few times and then show it.
Can I help you? Stay safe, traveler.
So here, this is the one NPC that I talked to. I don't think we have to talk to any other NPCs. Let's try it here. So in the lower district, there is the quest for Captain the Captain Ruby or Johnny, I think it's called. This one was changed with season 3, and now the NPC spawns right next to him. So you go like this, and you talk to Zeric, you get some more idols, and then you can equip some more idols here. Like so. Now we're just missing 3 slots at the top here. And like, my idols are not like crazy. They're maybe all over 100. To obtain these idols, I talk about it in my video as well, but it's running prophecies, right? Once you are COF rank 9, I believe it is, you can get some small Weaver idol prophecies. If you don't know what rank you need to be, or if you want to like double verify what I'm saying right now, there is a website called Tunklab. I believe it is lastepoch.tunklab.com. And then on that website, you have access to a lot of different resources that can teach you a lot about like what is going on behind the scenes in Last Epoch. What sort of like numbers are behind certain calculations and stuff like that. So highly recommend Tunklabs, guys. So the range on this reflect chess piece is absolutely nuts, and as you can see, just monsters just die as I approach them. As they look at me, they melt.
Should be easy.
Here I'll go for more health. I will go for more attunement. Probably max out the health. Want to make sure that I don't die since I am in hardcore. So here, you have to do accept 1,000 gold. Oops. Accept 1,000 gold, and that will complete another quest, which gives you the remainder of your idols. And so now, if you press M and Shift, you can see that we're missing 2 passive point rewards. Teleport back to town. I think we have to talk to this guy.
Come on. All right. Oh, come on. Where is that fighting spirit? It's going
Where are the other points here? I'll go into Aspect of the Boar for even more damage reduction. Even more attunement here. Now all that's left to do, we're gonna do Majasa. That's gonna give us, I believe that gives us 1 passive point and the +1 all attributes. And then you do Soulfire Bastion. That is also gonna give you +1 passive point, and then we can go into Empowered and start blasting there. So doing this before Empowered is beneficial, since we're gonna be at a level that is closer to the area level. So like while we are walking through here, we are not wasting our time, right? We're still getting XP, even though it's not as much as you would get in Empowered. You have to go through here to get the +1 all attributes, but might as well do it when you still gain some experience, right? And we are not going to go into the Act 10. The reason for this is currently, as of patch 1.3.3, I believe it is, Act 10 +1 all attribute is bugged. Seems to work for some people, does not work for some others. For me, it clearly does not work. I've tried clearing the endgame boss to get the +1 all attribute. Did not work. I tried clearing it and watching the cutscene, and it did not work either. So I'm just not gonna bother with it. And once that is fixed in the patch notes, then what you would do is also clear Act 10 and kill the final boss to get the +1 all attributes, of course. That +1 all attribute will help you greatly, especially on builds that need to reach the 180 attributes for red rings damage reduction to kick in. So yeah, highly recommended to do when it's fixed, basically. Oh, also the reason I like to go here with the shield and with a little bit more power is because Majasa can be there's actually a mechanic to Majasa where she heals to full after on her second phase. So you kill her once, then she respawns, and then on that second phase she heals to full 2 times. But if you can kill her before, then she does not. So I'd rather do it this way, have it a bit easier and safer. And not have to deal with that phase. Saving as much time as possible. So like this is like the laid back version of speed leveling on an alt character. If you want to do like an absolutely completely min-maxed version of this, there are some other options that you can go for. Certain items, and at certain level threshold you would swap to another item. I don't feel like it's like super necessary. This is not meant to be a showcase of a speed run, but more like a showcase of a chill, laid back, simple leveling process of an alt, where you just get to the town level 3-4, and then you equip items, and you start blasting till 35, equip the reflect stuff, and then blast again until you are the level you want.
Cannot be bested.
Like, the nice thing though, if you like speedrunning about Last Epoch, is that the layouts are static. So if you want to learn the layouts really properly, you can, and you can like really optimize the movement and optimize everything and make your own loot filter for it and everything. So there is a lot of potential for speedrunning Last Epoch if that is what you like to do.
Orvis, aid me! Nothing can stop me! Nothing!
I can feel the spirits crying out in despair. However the void came here, I must drive it back.
Alright, now that we killed everything, the gate is open. Now we go get Majasa.
What do you think you're doing?
Mandatory cutscene. Can't skip this yet. If someone finds a skip for this cutscene, I'd love it. I'd love to hear it.
To be your sacrifice.
Disgraceful. Rage is unbecoming of you, child.
This is not rage. For millennia, the Vessel Maidens have died so you could live. Now feel the unending abyss of their despair.
What are you doing?
Why don't you show our guest the torment that now fills you?
What's happening? Get out of my mind!
Is this new? The void on her forehead? Man. So, there it is.
Get out of my mind!
Hard first phase. Second phase. There it is.
You! Stop this!
This would be so much easier if you had died to... This would be so much easier if you had died with her.
Right, so this teleports you to the Ancient Oasis, and it gives you +1 all attributes and 1 passive. Now that you have this waypoint, you can go into the Soulfire Bastion dungeon.
Beautiful.
We're gonna complete this one and go unlock the dummy area.
Come to play with fire.
So, boom. Pretty easy fight.
Hey, fancy
You go down here and you go back up. Nope. You need to go here. Okay. Teleport to the Divine Era, and then we have like 1 area to go through to be able to get to the dummy area.
I will not die here.
So usually on a fresh character, you would do the entire campaign up to chapter 7 here, and then you would go to Monos to unlock all your passive and idols. Or if you have a really good build, you can go earlier in Monos. But right now that we have this area unlocked with the dummies, you have all of the important areas unlocked, all of your idol slots, all of your passive points, and now you can go unlock empowered monoliths and start blasting empowered to power level your character even further. So again, remember to use your temporal keystones to boost your stability in your timelines, since you will have those if this is an alt character.
Die here. We're both scum. Give here us.
Quest complete.
This is a mercy.
So you gotta be in front of him.
What I must to protect my.
You gotta be in front of your target so that he gets the reflect damage. Let's got a physical res. And now at this point, you have empowered monoliths unlocked. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here. I think I'm just gonna run this quest echo here. So there's a few things that you can do. Again, we're gonna run this quest echo, but there are a few things that you could be doing. One of them is increasing your corruption and then running this quest echo at a higher corruption. Or you can just run this one at 100 corruption like this and be totally fine. Another thing that you could do is do it at 100 corruption or whatever corruption level you want, but stack the enrage mods on the echo and then keep running it with the enrage mods. What do the enrage mods do? There is this thing here. If I move my camera, if I move this here, you see that we have increased item rarity and experience gain. Increased item rarity and experience gain. So each one of these echo give you a modifier, right? Enemies deal 25% increased fizz damage, but also gives you 15 rarity and 5 experience gain. What we are looking for is as much experience gain as possible. And then because we're going to be resetting that, that quest echo over and over and over again, then that would make it so that the quest echo would get increased experience gain and just give you more experience, right? Also, another thing you can do is get the blessing on this timeline. So Fall of the Outcast has a blessing which gives you the more XP, and that one is multiplicative with everything else. That would just give you, like, you know, more experience gain in general. That is another thing that you can do. So here, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna try to find a enrage mod for you to show you guys. I believe it is 40% that it gives. See, like, enemies have 18% increased health and damage. Also gives you like 18%. So try to stack as many. The best one is enrage, and you can stack 2 of them. Try to find one. At this point, if you want to start doing your beasts and everything, you can actually, because you can, because you are actually strong enough, right? You're killing monsters very efficiently. Do I have one? 15, 10. Well, I don't have one, but that is what you would do. So if you want to bring this corruption a little bit higher, up to the point where you are comfortable, maybe 300 corruption, and then you just do the ransack camp quest echo. You do it once, and you repeat it, and you repeat it, and then you use your temporal keystones to keep the stability of the timeline high enough, so that you have, so that you can do it over and over again. Because just going in and not completing it, you will, if you don't complete it, you do lose a little bit of stability, but you don't lose it all. So just running through here, you can see that my XP bar is going extremely fast. I'll do a few runs. Just like this, boom. Then you go back in. This is why movement speed also is excellent in here. If you want to go even faster for this, there is a sword that you could use. I'll show it off. It will affect some of your resistances, though, if you were counting on Dragrat's Claw to cap resistances. But there is this sword here. Sword of the Shattered Lands. Available at level 68. It gives you Dayside, and Dayside grants you 20% more movement speed. So if you have more than 100%, it will, you know, it will be more than 20%. If you have like 100, it gives you 20. If you have 200, it will give you 40. So that pretty much covers the leveling process of any class, any build that you want to do on an alt character, and you don't want to spend too much time leveling up. I am already 61, and I'll be blasting this quest echo until I am the proper level at which I want to switch, which not all builds can be switched to at the same level. So that is going to be for you to decide. But I hope you learned something on this video, and I hope this shows you a little bit of how to kind of power level on your own a character into the end game. So hope you learned something. I'll see you guys.